This video is going to demonstrate object number 3 from problem set number 1. Now the first thing I want you to look at and start looking at all your problems this way is what's the best way to approach this. Now we kind of have given a shortcut. We're given a shortcut by these drawings because most of them have this dark side, this bold outline view that kind of shows the way that the original designer of these objects approached it. And so it's usually best to approach it the same way. So we're going to draw this sketch, this profile, and we're going to extrude it towards the back and then cut this little back window type thing here. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to use this sketch plane, and it's just going to be a lot of lines. I always like to start at my origin, so it's going to be locked in later. And I am looking for perpendiculars across the board here, because if I look at the drawing, everything looks absolutely perpendicular. So the more perpendiculars I have, the less work I have to do later to constrain it. All right, so there's my basic sketch. Now I'm going to go ahead and start dimensioning everything. This is 2.4 inches. This line is 0.3 inches. From here to here is 0.375 inches. What else do I have here? This is 1 inch up here. Now there are some dimensions here that will be used, but they are not part of the first sketch. Be very, very careful in following the lines to determine which sketch they belong in. So essentially all these belong in the first sketch. Okay. Now anything that's still blue for the most part, I can drag around. If something overlaps or kind of goes weird, I can drag it back to where it's supposed to be. Okay, let's go back to dimensioning here. Here to here, from here to here is 0.25. From here to here is 0.5. From here to this part is 0.875. Be very careful about that one. And then I have one more, which is this line right here, 0.313. And I can open up my sketch tab and look at this here. So this little red padlock on the sketch tells me that this is fully constrained. I've given this all the information it needs. I don't need to give it any additional information. And usually that coincides with all the lines being black. I always want to achieve fully constrained sketches. I'm going to go ahead and extrude this now. And because I want to make it just like the sketch, I'm going to go backwards, which means I'm going to have a minus here. It's going to be minus 1.25 inches. Okay, that looks pretty well from here. I need to do another sketch now. I need to sketch this back window. So I'm going to open up a new sketch and put it right on that part of the object. I'm going to use a rectangle tool because that to me would be the easiest way to do this. And then I have dimensions here, 0.25 between each line of the rectangle and each edge. Line, edge, line, edge, line, edge. I don't have to worry about the 1.25 because I already did it. 0.25, 0.25, 0.25, 0.25. Now it looks exactly like this, and I'm fully constrained. Excellent. Now the only difference here with the extrude tool is we select our profile, but instead of new body as the operation, we're going to do a cut. And now it's asking us how far do we want to cut. Well, if I cut too far, it's going to go through that front portion, which I'm never want to assume that it does that. So let's just cut to this face. And there's a really easy way I can do that by clicking extent and to object. I can make it go to that face. It's a nice, clean, good way to approach it. Go back to your home view, collapse your sketches, and this is how you want to save it for proper presentation, and it looks absolutely perfect. This is what you want to achieve.